Okay, no more introductions. I'm kind of sick of them. We're here with a very dirty, bad pickup artist. This is actually going to be an intervention. Sasha doesn't know about this, but yeah, Sasha Day Game here is a pickup artist. We are here at Acapulco. And I just wanted to frame this interview because Sasha has been doing a lot of work here. And at least, even though he's very bad, he's a very smart man. He goes to these conferences like Acapulco where the male to female ratio is 50 to 1. And then you gotta admit some people in the political liberty anarchy kind of circle lack some social acuity. I think that's a little bit of an understatement there. Don't get too close. Don't worry. I can move the camera around. All right. I'm already getting the creepy. See again, pickup artist, creepy dude. Take off the sunglasses, man. You look. People don't trust you when you wear sunglasses.
When I talk. It's
Okay. All right. Anyway, he's a smart man, but he had his direct dating summit yesterday, and a lot of guys came to that, and they're like, all right, we're going to go hit the streets. We're going to go pick up some chicks. We're going to do some one-on-one game. And then, no, Sasha came in there and started his talk talking about childhood traumas and how to deal with them, and had other speakers talking about the seven deadly sins of relationships. Had Dana Martin in there talking about peaceful parenting, and then people were like, what the hell? We were supposed to do all this pickup stuff. So why did you do that kind of slap of reality to the people that came to your direct dating summit yesterday?
I'm a very sneaky man, as you said, and I look at as the poon poon as the bacon. You got to sell people what they want. So I'm just like, you want some bacon? And they're like, yeah, we want some poon poon. And they come. That means vagina, by the way. And they show up for that. And then I'm like, actually, you just need to find your purpose in life and get yourself aligned spiritually and deal with the damage that you have and open your heart up so you can actually feel love properly. But it's nice but no one's going to shine up for that. So I'm just like, bacon, poom poom. That's my tactic.
No, and I think ultimately, if you look at the bigger picture of things, if you seriously want to have better relationships in your life, if you ultimately want to have a better life where you can connect to people, you need to work out a lot of the problems within yourself. And a lot of people are damaged. A lot of people have to deal with a lot of past childhood traumas. A lot of it starts early on with kids' development. That's why I think it's so important for Dana Martin to be here. Can you talk about just some of the stuff you got into in the beginning of your talk, and why do you see it as kind of the foundation to being a supposed pickup artist or being better with women?
Well, I don't really resonate with the whole pickup artist thing. I know you love pickup artistry, so you're always droning about it, but I actually don't care anymore. I'm just more about helping people become their best selves in every aspect. That's why I started the Infinite Man Summit: health, wealth, relationships, purpose. And I'd say purpose is the most important one, because if you know who you are and why you're here, you really can do anything because you're excited about what you're doing, right? You love your job. You love doing this. You love getting people in interviews and shoving it in people's faces and getting the truth. That's why you're so good at it, and you got a huge following, because you're passionate about it. If you didn't like doing this, you wouldn't be in the position you're in. So, but in this past year, I've just been doing a lot of work on myself, just really focusing on myself. And the biggest realization I had that I just want to share with everybody, and I think it would help so many people if people just tuned into this energy, and it's that I'm fucked up. Really, and I have a YouTube following, and people like me, and they listen to me, and they think that I'm supposed to be perfect, whatever, and it's like, it's bullshit. I'm fucked up. I'm damaged because I'm a human being. And when you're born into this matrix that's controlling us on so many levels and putting us down and trying to separate us from each other and trying to get us to spend money to feel love, right? Spend money, buy this, get this watch, you got to get a hot girlfriend, you got to have the perfect body, blah, 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 or buy this product. All of it is designed to make us feel insecure, so we don't feel love for ourselves. So we're separated and disconnected from ourselves, from source energy, which we all are, and from each other. And from that place, not only do they make money from us, we're really easily controlled when we don't have that self-love. And if you don't love yourself, you don't have sovereignty. You're not really in charge of you and your purpose in life and who you are. Because if you did, you wouldn't be falling for their shit. You wouldn't be watching the news. Obviously, this is an exception. You wouldn't be buying into the brainwashing. Right? So everything comes down to clearing out your shit and getting in touch with your own heart, opening this up here, because this is closed. We all cannot, look at the messages we get, especially as men, right? You're not supposed to share your feelings. Don't cry, otherwise you're a little bit, what are you, a girl? Oh, you're gonna suck it up, bro. It's like holding in all that pain and all those emotions, all of them, whether they be sadness or joy, despair, depression, any stuff that we feel. As humans, we're supposed to let that out. We're supposed to mourn and be upset and go crazy. And when we're supposed to love fully and openly. But we don't. We keep it all bottled in, and all of that shit causes a tremendous amount of pain and despair in us, and it manifests as disease in a lot of people. And that's what they want. They want us sick and holding our shit in and feeling crappy and disconnected and without living without our power, not in our power. So the journey for anyone listening to this, and it doesn't matter what you want in life. Do you want a girlfriend? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to figure out what you want to do in life? Do you want to have an amazing life? Do you want to manifest great things? It all starts at the same place. Work on yourself. What is the damage you've taken from society? What are the beliefs that you hold up here and here that aren't real, that are controlling you? Yeah. That's the question. What damage did you get from your parents that they took from their parents, who got it from their parents? You know? That's what it's about. And I did a primal therapy course, and I highly recommend to look that up for anybody who feels that they're damaged by their parents. It's a really simple concept, but super profound, is that because you're so dependent on your parents, like desperately dependent on them, right? And when you're a kid in this system that we grew up in, where you have a mom and dad and they're in charge of you, there's no tribe, there's no community. Nope, just these two people who are sometimes, 21 years of age and are children themselves trying to raise you. Of course you're going to be fucked up, okay? Unless your parents were enlightened, you're fucked up. Even if your mother is good, the fact that she restricts you doing something that you as a human being, as a free human being, as a child, see as freedom, and you know she's good, and she restricts your freedom, and then you think, well, my mom must be right because she's good. Me wanting freedom is bad, so I must be bad. I must be a bad kid. And then you stop trusting yourself, and that damage goes along as you grow up. So it doesn't matter what your relationships was with your parents. Everybody is damaged. So it's really important to look at your patterns in life that you have that are disruptive and where they came from, and to work on your shit. So important.
And it's that simple, but yet so complicated. And I think really to get to the root of all these problems, we have to understand the problem first. And I don't think many people do that. A lot of times, sometimes when people have kids at a very, very early age, at 21, you don't have enough life experience. People are disconnected with their families. People are taught to move away and not to be with their families and to care about their careers and jobs that they're stuck in because they're in college debt that they were forced into after high school, after being regimented, being told what to do. And then we have the mainstream media at the same time blasting all these subliminal signals that go into our subconscious that make us inhumane, freaking zombie, robotic entities that have no meaning and no life and no real connection at all. And people sense that. I think a lot of people are disconnected with the true meaning and purpose of life, whatever that may be, but it's definitely not working a job for the rest of your life, a 9 to 5, being told what to do, having only 2 weeks of vacation, being in debt, being controlled by the very system that is feeding off of you. Look at mainstream media. They send off signals of insecurity. They want you to feel bad about yourself because when you do, you're at an emotional level where you need to buy something in order to validate yourself. And that's how marketing one-on-one works, and that's how they get away with it. So I think that's a very important aspect to understand. That's how I see the problem, at least on this level, on this kind of because there's also an aspect of it that's also very spiritual and very energetic that we're not getting into. But just for the basic one-on-one level for human beings to understand, this is how I see the problem. You exposed the problem a little bit, but what do you think is the main factor that people aren't looking into but should be looking into in their day-to-day lives?
I would just sum it up as, are you happy? Literally, are you happy? Are you doing what you're here to do on the planet every single day? And if you're not, you need to remove all obstacles and blockages to get to that point. And everybody just makes excuses. Oh no, but I can't do that. I have to go to school first, or my parents want me to do this, or blah, blah, blah. People make all these excuses. But the truth is, we're born here as sovereign beings, as free beings, as literally little sparks of universal, whatever you want, energy, God. I think we're just little God in human bodies. And it's like, you should be happy every day and living your purpose and your passion every single day. And if you're not happy, something is misaligned. Yeah. And don't settle. Just don't settle for it. Just refuse to settle. Why do you think depression is like the fastest growing thing? One in, I don't know how many, everyone's on antidepressants. Why do you think that is? Because depression is just showing you you're unhappy because your life isn't what you want it to be. So change your life. Don't take the easy way out. Don't buy stuff. Don't go on the pills. Look at your life and just fucking do what it takes to manifest, to create the life that you want, because it's your responsibility. The government's not going to help you. The religion's not going to help you. No one's going to help. It's your life. You have to do what you have to do to get the life that you want, and there's no escape from that. So take your life seriously, for God's sakes. Have fun, but take it serious, because it's like, yes, I believe in reincarnation, but hey, you're here for a while. Get it right now. Don't wait till the next one.
Yeah, and you're probably asking yourself, why are we talking about all this hippy-dippy stuff? Well, let me just explain that to you. To me, the number one enemy of the state or the powers that be or whoever you may think is in charge or control, to me, that number one enemy for the people who try to control you and rule you and leech off of your energy is love and pure connection. Because if we had that, we would let all those things that control us, whether it's money, whether it's the ego, we would let all of that go, and the people who are in charge right now wouldn't be in charge. And that's why we're talking about this, because there's such, we're talking about the kind of like natural humans. I don't even know how to describe it other than the opposite of the spiritual kind of aspect in it. But I think once people start to understand that and grasp and have these kind of conversations that are a little bit deeper, that are a little bit more meaningful, that look into things that aren't just about the Donald Trumps, that ultimately then that would be the ultimate solution towards living a freer, more amazing, beautiful life. Now, we won't always be happy all the time, and I think that's also a major misconception, like be happy, be loving. No, it's not about that, but it's always about how you handle it. How do you see it?
It's about moving forward towards your ultimate happiness every day. And I mean, I often say there's only two types of people. They're the people that are working on themselves consistently, and there are people that are not. That's it. And as long as you're in the group of people who are working on themselves, your life is inevitably going to get better and better and better over time. But if you're just sitting around playing video games and watching TV and eating Doritos, and that's your idea of a good time, and you're happy with that, you're fucked. So you gotta, you just gotta wake up and get out. Like if all you do is watch YouTube videos all the time and fucking thumbs up and thumbs down and write comments, and that's the most of your time, and you work a little bit to make enough money to survive. Guess what? You're already in hell. Yeah. Hell is right here, and so is heaven, and you can pick which one you want to live.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
So make a decision and stick to it.
And yeah, again, I love to. We're gonna use the pickup angle to kind of get more on it. It's because Sasha was in the streets. What was it? Just like a year ago? No, a couple months ago. We were running around on the streets. There is still some validity to being open and honest and coming from a direction of love when connecting with people and doing it in the proper way, which Sasha has been teaching it. But you also, there's also a lot of like falls that you can make, especially in the supposed, dating pickup community, because that's what you're known for. There's a lot of ego, there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of validation, there's a lot of also dark energy and bad people who use it for really bad things that people need to understand about. So it's really interesting seeing this kind of hippy dippy message being presented by this man.
Just one really important thing about that. It's like, yeah, even though I was running around teaching guys how to have sex with girls and how to flirt with them and all this kind of stuff, the only reason that's bad is because society has dubbed this bad, and it's another method of control, repressing people's sexuality. If you want to, if people want to know what's going on, I know you've talked about this before. People are so repressed about sex. The way the cabal and bad people take over countries is literally they hire hookers with some guy who's like the prime minister of a country or whatever, and and then he goes and they basically get him to fuck a bunch of underage girls on camera, and then they own his ass. Why do you think he needs to do that in the first place? Because he's sexually repressed. He's married to some woman he doesn't even love, who's like 85 pounds overweight, and he never has sex with her. So when they put a nice 16 or 15-year-old or God knows what girl in front of her, he's going to go for it because people are sexually repressed. If people were open and just sex was like no big deal, and as long as it's consensual and people are having fun, it was all good, we wouldn't have a lot of the problems that we have today. So whether you're doing pickup or anything else in your life, it all comes down to alignment. Are you aligned with yourself? Does it feel good? Are you doing right action? There is nothing wrong with coming up to a woman and saying, "You're beautiful. I like you. Let's go fuck," or let me get your number, or let's go hang out. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hurting anybody. If she doesn't like me, she'll tell me to piss off, and I'll leave her alone. It's real simple. But just the fact that that's taboo in society tells you something about the society, And so whatever you're doing in life, you're starting a business, you're making friends, you're having sex. It doesn't matter if it's true, and you're coming from a place of love, and it's aligned with your purpose, and you're keeping it real. You can do anything, and if it feels right, and you will never get screwed over in life. And this is why I've never had any problems of any kind, or even any bad PR, because I've always been coming from that place of I'm just doing good stuff, and I'm helping people, and I'm just being honest about who I am and what I'm doing. And if you're in that place throughout your life and you have integrity, you won't have problems, generally speaking.
Well, everything's a double-edged sword. Everything could be used for good and bad, but ultimately, what really matters at the end of the day is your intention. If your intention is for superficial bullcrap reasons that you're doing something, it's going to come and kick you in the ass sooner or later. If you bring your intention to being the better version of yourself and to help the people around you and to give everyone an amazing experience, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's at least my take on it. Anything else that you think we should recap on or go back on in this kind of hippy-dippy interview that we're doing?
I like how Luke always has to use that hippy-dippy cover, because some people are going to be weirded out by us talking about high-level stuff. But it's cool. I like making hippie jokes. I'm fucking part hippie. It's totally fine.
You have to self-deprecate yourself. You can't take things too seriously.
No. I mean, I make fun of myself all the time. Premature ejaculation jokes. My wiener's funny. Anything. It's all good. I mean, guys, I would just encourage anybody out there to look. I had some really trippy experiences I won't go into, but I've had firsthand evidence. I talk about it on the woke.as podcast, the woke as fuck podcast. Check it out. Cheap plug. But seriously, I had an experience that was seriously, seriously profound where I consciously shifted into an alternate reality, and I was aware of it, and I had a memory from the other one, and now I have several memories from other ones. It's really trippy. So I know that there's multiple realities, and this has been proven by science. You can go look it up, string theory, etc. And so you can actually, based on your vibrational frequency and your thoughts and how you act and how you see the world and how you're feeling, you can actually shift into other realities that are more in vibrational alignment with who you are. So you can actually have any type of life, job, anything that you want. It's all possible, but it's all doing that self-work, getting rid of your pain and all your bullshit and raising your frequency. That is what's actually going on, and the sooner people kind of wake up to it and start looking around and reading about this stuff, follow Abraham Hicks, look up Bashar, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Motaji, look at these people who are on a super high frequency and are bringing in that information, and you can totally Bentino Massaro, he's also awesome. You really can shift and create exactly the type of life that you want for yourself. That is the truth. That is reality. And it's information everybody should have.
We just got too deep. We got to go. We got to get out of here. Just too much hippy-dippy level for this YouTube channel. I'm sorry. Sasha Day Game, thank you. Thank you very much. The link will be in the description below for Sasha's
Don't
stuff.
forget, if you're in Europe, there's an Infinite Man Summit. Become your best self right there. Coming to Europe soon, so check out infinitemansummit.com. Peace.
I actually did the conference in London. It was very good. Links to Sasha's and all this other hippy-dippy stuff. This is going to hurt my brand so bad. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Stay.